We'll start with Manny Navarro. Manny, go ahead.
Hey, Jose. Congrats again on winning the girls and all your success, man. I'm curious, since the end of the season, where you've been training and what your focus has been.
Yeah, so I've been a lot of places. I was in Orlando for 7 weeks, and in between that, I went to the Senior Bowl. So that's where I was for a week. Came back to Orlando. Came back home for about a week or two, and then flew up to Buffalo. Kicked over there for 2 weeks, and then now I'm just coming back, and obviously for pro day. So that's where I've been training around with Adam Tanowski, who's been with me every step. Been working on my kickoffs a lot more, getting the hang time up, because that was really a question that I needed to answer, and I think I did that today.
Thank you.
Great. Next, we'll go to David Ferronis from the Sun Sentinel. David, go ahead.
Hey, Jose. On the broadcast, we didn't get to see much of what you were doing today for Pro Day. So could you kind of break it down for us, just what you were able to show teams? And also, do you have any update on, like, let's say your new longest field goal? Have you hit new PRs in that area?
So it was basically just like a regular practice, really. Went out there, warmed up, same warm-up as always, just to get in rhythm. Then we went through my script, which I've been working on for the past 2 months, maybe. Same kicks, did that, and then asked whoever wanted to see whatever kick they would want to see, which they did. They asked for a 49 run-on with like 18 seconds to go. Nailed that. And then for kickoffs, they asked me to kick right, which is something that I haven't shown in film because we've always been left to left. So that's what I've always done, part of the team. So that's just something that I showed today. Asked for new PRs, still the same, longest 70 in practice. Really nothing new other than my kickoffs. My kickoffs gotten a lot better. I guess that's a new PR.
Next, we'll go to Dan Wilkenstein. Dan, go ahead. All right, don't hear Dan. We'll go back to Mateus Ornelas. Mateus, go ahead.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to put my hand
there we go. There you go. Go ahead, Dan.
No, you're good. I apologize. I meant to put my hand down. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. We'll next go to Mateus Ornelas. Mateus, go ahead.
Thank you. Jose, here's Mateus Ornelas from Time Out Podcast here in Brazil. Congratulations for going for the NFL draft.
Thank you.
Talk with some special team players like the kickers, punters, and the long snappers on this process. They all kind of have one thing in common. Like the process is different from you guys because it's really rare you have like kickers going first, second rounds, or even getting drafted. Yeah. So how you try to work, like especially on your head for like keeping your game and try to not like be like lost on this process and just trying to show for the teams what you can do.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've been doing this for our whole lives basically. So it's just going out there and just, working on the little things for snappers, whether it's their hands, kickers, plant foot, follow through, whatever it is, and punters, same thing. So, when you get together, you're basically just doing what you've always done. When it comes to the draft, you got to keep low expectations, obviously, because we are specialists. We are always taken at the back end of every draft, but we are always the ones that they count on the most when it comes to game time. So, I mean, it works hand in hand. But I mean, we just go out there and do our job and, try to show that we could do it at the next level, which is all we can do. And, hope for the best, hope for a shot. That's really all we need we just need one shot and we'll make the most out of it. So that's what specialists do.
Thank you and good luck during this process.
Thank you so much.
We got time for a couple more. We'll go to Michael Kinder from Overtime. Michael, go ahead.
Hey, Jose, how you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing great. just spinning off of what Mateus just asked, with the process being different in preparing for the NFL, have you had to change any techniques preparing for kicking a different size of football, or has that basically been the same?
In terms of technique, it's always the same, but the balls do change. We're not kicking, college balls. It's all NFL. They're a bit fatter, a bit bigger. So it's just getting used to the sweet spot on that ball, which is a little bit bigger. It's not that much, but it is enough for the balls to maybe come out of like an X ball. So it's just getting used to that, getting used to the new balls. It's pretty much it. Technique wise, it all stays the same.
Alrighty, thank you for your time.
No, thank you.
Next, we go to Chris Stock from Inside the U. Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, Jose, we've not been able to ask you about your brother during this time.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious about your thoughts on him as a kicker, and then also your advice to him as he begins his college career.
Yeah, so growing up with a little brother always watching you, it makes you do the right things at all times. And everything that I've learned, I've tried to teach it to him, which is kind of turned out pretty well. He's one of the top nation's kickers here, and now he's at doing his job. He's having a tremendous off season / spring, and I know he's going to continue to do that. The advice that I would give to him is not to get too high, not to get too low. Remain focused. Go out to practice every single day. Do the same routine every single day, because that's the most important thing for a kicker is that routine. To do that every day, to get used to that, to perfect your craft. So that's what I would tell him to do. Just stay focused. You're a freshman, so you got to prove yourself, and he's doing that so far. So all I can say is that I know my family, my parents, are proud of him. I'm super proud of him. So we expect him to continue what he's doing and to make everybody proud and keep the name going here at the U.
Next up, we'll go to Susan Miller-Degnan from the Herald. Susan, go ahead.
Hey, Jose, congratulations on Lou Groza. Great.
Thank you so much.
I had the exact same question as Chris, but I'm just wondering, was Andres there today? And I'm sure he was dreaming a little bit, right? He's allowed to dream. And did he have any advice for you? And just his thoughts on the NFL stuff, and
Yeah, he was there. He's been here for a while. He was always with me before I even started warming up and doing stuff like that. So we just try not to think about what I was gonna go through in terms of kicking and stuff. We just talk about how he's doing in school, how he's doing in classes, how is he adjusting to the college lifestyle. But when it came down to the crunch time, obviously you don't want to show that you're nervous or show any jitters. But I did get a couple of jitters, a little bit of butterflies, obviously, because you've been training your whole life for this one interview. It's the most important interview of our lives in terms of, the sport that we play. So, of course, he was there telling me that I was going to do fine, and just do what we've always done is go out there and kick some field goals and make them through the uprights.
That's really nice. I'm glad you have each other.
Thank you so much. I'm glad. I'm also glad.
Last one for you, Jose, comes from Dan Wilkenstein. Dan, go ahead.
Hey, Jose, Dan Wilkenstein from the Brawl Network. How you doing?
How you doing? I'm doing well.
Good. Hey, I cover the Chargers out here in LA. And there have been some struggles with kicking over the past few years, and some folks might think we might need some more help there. Obviously, you've been a boss with kicking there. You won the award this year. Just talk about your consistency with what makes you different than most kickers, what got you success, and then potentially if you talk to the Chargers, how you see yourself fitting in with them.
You repeat the question? Or are you saying if I were to go to the Chargers?
Yeah, the last part of the question was more about just if you've talked to them and how you see yourself fitting in with that team and the culture.
Yeah, so obviously whichever team does reach out, you always want to adjust to their system, whatever they want to do, whether if they're more aggressive from deep on the field. So what I mean is if they're more aggressive with their play calls, let's say from the 40 in, so that means potentially I would have more long distance field goals rather than short ones. So it's just, you know, fitting in with the right team. Obviously, if the Chargers do end up picking me up, hey, that's great. I'll adjust. I'll do everything I can. I will be there, make some field goals, and it'll all be fine. But you know, I'm just waiting for my shot, and if it's with them, and then it is. I do what I can, and go out there and do what I've been doing my whole life.
All right. Have you talked to the Chargers yet?
No, I have not.
Okay. Best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Jose, thanks so much for taking some time to
No,
join
thank you
us on
guys.
Pro Day, and best of luck on draft day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.